So one of my more popular videos talks about how the Bankai and Shikai are so different because the Shikai is who you are on the outside, or who you want to be, and the Bankai is who you really are on the inside, no strings attached. So I figured we'd take a look at some more captains, some more Zanpakuto users, and kind of break that down. Now another character I feel like this really applies to is Rukia. Rukia is just such an all-encompassing character. She's such a strong female lead. She can do so much. She's energetic, she's capable, she's intelligent, she's strong, and her Shikai reflects in that in the way that it has so many techniques. More techniques than most. She can make ice pillars, she can do a blizzard-like ice wall barrage, she can even reform her blade of ice. That's why so many people like her, because Rukia is so far from a damsel in distress. She can just do so much. While Rukia's Bankai is hailed to be very strong, it is immature and it's not fully there yet, but its main trait is it's hailed as the most beautiful ice type in all of existence. And that does reflect on Rukia's soul. She is the beautiful soul. When she first meets Ichigo, she sees how determined he is to survive and to protect his family, and she gives him the abilities, knowing full well that if she's caught, there would be a huge punishment for this. Later, when they come after her, she even then tries to protect Ichigo by leaving before they can even really do anything serious to him. And even when she finds out she's being executed, she constantly just tries to cheer up Renji so he doesn't feel bad or be saddened by what's happening because she knows that he would care deeply. And when Ichigo needed assistance to save Orihime from Hueco Mundo, one of the only people to show up and break the rules once again was Rukia. She literally does what she feels in her heart is right for her friends, bottom line. While on the outside, Rukia is this strong, super smart, multi-capable female leader, on the inside, she is pretty much one of the best friends you could ask for in the story of Bleach, period. As stated before, she is actually just truly a beautiful soul. I feel like one of the hardest characters to really apply this concept to and really understand is Gin, because his entire character is built on a deceptive nature, and he is just hard to get a read on in general. To put that into perspective, he's the only character in the entire series who actually fools Aizen, waits over 100 years just to try to fulfill his assassination attempt on him, and waits decades, as he says, just to find out Kyoko Soigetsu's one weakness. But that almost gives a better perspective on why his Shikai is the way it is, because he long games everyone. He literally, like I said, waits over 100 years just to try to stop Aizen. He waits forever to find out his weakness. And weirdly enough, I feel as though he loves Rangiku from a distance. He clearly does care about her, but he has to go on his mission just to stop Aizen, and can only love her so much, and definitely can't have her be close to the situation, because it would be nothing but dangerous. It's even stated that when him and Rangiku lived together when they were younger, he would constantly leave and not tell her where he was even going or what he was doing. He would just have to keep her at a distance. And it's funny because he thinks of himself as a snake. He even has the anime-like eyes and appearance to claim that quality. And even in his Bankai, he retains the initial properties of his Shikai. But his Bankai is so interesting because it almost reflects the idea that he puts a tiny bit of everything that he keeps inside into someone else, and it causes them to explode and almost die on impact. But could you imagine how you actually would feel if you were him? All this pain you've had to go through for over 100 years committing these acts that maybe you didn't even want to do? It would be nothing but toxicity. It would be like a poison, and he can inject that into someone else and look at the damage it would cause. I mean, that's essentially what his Bankai is leaving a tiny bit of his toxified soul into someone else. And his Shikai is just keeping everyone at a distance. He's really a sad character if you really think about it. So unlike a lot of other characters, Byakuya's Bankai and his Shikai feel relatively the same, but that's because in his personality, you can see from when he's young to the time that when he's old, he is relatively the same person. He is cool, calm, collected, he is stoic, he's mentally strong, and you see that from when he's young, and you certainly see that to when he's matured. But I do feel like Senbon Sakura as a Shikai is the side of Byakuya that shows a little bit more free-flowingness. It's the side that married the commoner, that was Rukia's sister, and it's the side that adopted Rukia into the family. And Byakuya as a noble, these are essentially forbidden acts, but his Bankai feels like the purest reflection of his steadfast, hardened side of his personality. The side that was literally willing to sacrifice his sister for the sake of obeying the rules. These constructs are absolute, they're grandiose. While he can still use a flower petal type formation with them, He has so many other formations in his Bankai, like his cage of blades, and focusing all of his blades into one blade, just so reflective of his focus and steadfastness into obeying the rules and obeying the law of being a noble. And he goes on to say that. He says that he needs to uphold these laws because he is a noble, and if he doesn't, then who will? It just really shows what he is really, really, really feeling true down deep in his heart above anything else. And while there may be some aspects of freedom in his heart, above all else, this man is structure and focus incarnate. And for my final character, I wanted to take a look at Kenpachi. Now, Kenpachi is interesting because the Shikai is not all about what is on the outside as opposed to what's in the inside. When you really look at the character, it's really just an amount of limiters he's placed on himself to make himself not be able to experience his true self. I know that can sound a little confusing. When he fights Yami in the Arrancar arc, he's pretty disappointed when Yami is in his zero form and he goes down quite quickly. When he fights Giriko in the Volbring arc, he's very disappointed that he goes down in one slash. When he fights Unohana as a child, it's almost as if he seals away the name of his own sword because he realizes the one person that was even giving him a challenge up to that point, even providing him with some entertainment, he almost killed them. So the outside is like this guy just loves the fight. He uses the bells on his hair to let people know where he is. He used the eye patch to lower his overall power levels. He sealed part of himself away when he was younger just to enjoy more of a fight. And people even have it so that Yachiru is his Bankai, and that's almost like an external part of his power that he manifested outside of himself, just because if he has all that power in one place, literally nothing would be fun. This guy is an absolute demon when he is at full power. We even get a small hint that he's truly a demon on the inside when it shows the shape of his Ryatsu multiple times. At first this kind of just seemed like it was symbolizing that he was very strong, but no, he has a skull demon-like shaped Ryatsu that's shown multiple different times. So I guess on the outside, he really just wants to have fun with his fights. But on the inside, he is just way too damn strong. And him and other people have realized that. So they've limited himself, and as he has, because it works for him and for them as well. Alright, if you made it this far in the video, you are truly awesome, as always. Like I always say, these are some of my first videos, so consider becoming a sub because it really would just mean so much. Other than that, I'm going to save some of the Bankai deep dives for the next one. So, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This is real.